Hello, this is my friend Boulder, and that's not his real name, but I'm not sure if his parents would love his name to be known to the world now. So let us learn him as Boulder for now. And I'm his partner in this game of fetch. And so Boulder, Ball, and me are tri-players of the game, and we are currently expressing the game together. And this is the expression of unity um, of the game in this exact moment. Um, it's not unity because we all meld as one and become one single being with no other expressions. We actually express unity and embody it because we appears differently but chooses to be one in our nature and be together. That's unity. Without separation, there's no unity. And this is the game that we are playing now, our life.
It has been a very special day to me. I had a chat with someone, um, very wise, very kind. And after the conversation, I was already planning to make a video, and I'm also currently sitting a dog for someone, such a lovely dog, and my plan was to bring him to where we usually play ball fetching, take some footage, and talk about whatever I want to talk about there. But then a series of things start to happen, and what happened was it was snowing all day. By the way, it didn't only start to snow; it started to rain, and I was using my camera. You can see that here, and I was really in the mood of taking a video, and I already have plans what to talk about. So I carried the camera with me and carry on. But then it ended up the raining was too big, and my original plan cannot be carried out anymore. So I came back home and wanted to make this video at home instead. But then I found out my camera is I think there's some sort of moisture that goes in while I was trying to film out there in the rain. It just can't be. There's nothing coming up when I turn it on. There's some sort of emotions, and I'm aware of them. And then there's a lot of different practicality and practical things that happen that require my attention, which I won't go into further. This is not the point that I'm going to make in this video. This reminds me, before I went down, I already have in my mind what to say, the exact sentences, because I have been writing and doing some reading, and a lot of condensation of the insights that coming through me, obviously from God and from the source recently. So I've been trying to write them down to make sure they are coming into form literally, instead of just staying in my awareness. At that time I was really figuring out whether I should follow what I had on my mind. I actually enjoy more of improvising and being instantaneous of what I speak about. But also, I really value the accuracy, the words that I use. And while I'm writing, it's a lot easier for me to precipitate my ideas and the thought process, and also to condense the consciousness I'm in during that present moment, where the insights emerge from that, and I can kind of precipitate the essence of that awareness at that exact moment through words, especially when I'm writing. And the funny thing is, all these happen to me today, or all this happened, it's not happening to me, just happenings in the world, in my awareness, in this awareness. Give me the answer. I couldn't carry on talking about what I was supposed to talk about because I ended up at home. And while I'm at home, as much as I wanted to talk about what I've already written down, I can't, because I want to talk about something else. The exact experience that I have today, and the thought processes, my emotions, my awareness, my reactions or non-reactions to every single detail. So I was going to start this video in my planning with a very cool line. I was going to say to you, and can you experience what I am experiencing right now? And that's exactly how I was going to start the video. And obviously I'm going to lead you into what I'm experiencing, which is very deep, spiritual, if you would like to, I don't know any other words, and peaceful. I hope to share with you exactly what I'm experiencing right now, at that moment. But then I realized this is not genuineness at all. I had this cool line planned at home before I'm actually recording, which is not the moment, not the presence, not the now. Do you understand me? This is why I think improvisation is so important, because the words that comes out from your mouth can come from nowhere but your heart, from God, from the source, because it comes exactly in this moment. Can you see that? Can you see that picture? It can only comes into existence if you're truly present with what's going on right now. That's the magic of it. And another thing I want to touch on is it's just sublimely beautiful and magical that God or the source or yourself or the absolute being, whatever you want to call it, he or she, how magically the source answers to your thoughts, considerations. If you genuinely ask, if you have faith that if you already see clearly and realize all of these spirituality stuff, whatever you want to name it, you know, just something that you know from your soul, and usually it takes a leap of faith to fold yourself into that idea or that truth. All of these so-called beliefs, it is not really a belief, but can only be understood and realized and proven now in your own experience. You only ever exist now. Never exist anywhere else. Can you go somewhere, in places, in locations, or go sometime on your imaginary timeline out of here now? If no, if your answer is no, then stop trying to seek your answers and ask your questions outside of this presence. Your answer is here. Don't you see the point? Everything that you're seeking for, or the peace, or the wisdom, or the knowledge, or your questions, or your answers, or the information, or all the things that you want to prove, God's knowledge, the universe, the beginning of the universe, who you are, who they are, what should I do, how should I react, or should I even have reaction at all? What am I doing here? What's my life purpose? All of these answers are here now. Then you're gonna ask me, why am I not having the answers now? Why can't I see it? What is that I'm lacking? And I tell you that you're not lacking anything. You're not. You just believe that you're not lacking anything. You have a really strong beliefs, conditioning from yourself, from the society that you were brought up, and mostly from yourself. And please take responsibility for yourself, because only by taking responsibility for your current situation and who you are can you take the power of God in this moment. When I say take the power of God, I'm not saying taking from God. I'm saying to receive what God have so kindly, beautifully, and lovingly give you since the day you were born. It's the beliefs that you believe in, the false beliefs, the limitation that you set on yourself that limits from you becoming anything or getting any answers or knowing anything. I don't know why I'm so intense when I talk about this, but I really want you to know that. And I didn't choose my attitude when I was speaking just now. Again, I told you everything come out of my heart. It just come through me. It's not that I'm speaking. And who's ever speaking now, doesn't matter, whatever you name it. What do you believe? Who's speaking to you? Do not waste your time. And that is not possible. You're not gonna waste your time. Because there's no time. And I can already tell you, you will forever and ever and ever be in this moment right now. It's just the appearance of this moment that's going to change. But you are not going to change. There's nothing that's going to change about the true nature of your being. It's just the tone of it, the appearance, it's the service of it. But at the same time, you can make a huge change when you change your attitude and when you see the truth, when you know the divine love and being. Brothers and sisters, I can't begin to tell you how much difference it makes. And I'm so happy if you're already experiencing all this right now. But I know sometimes it's hard, even for myself. That's what people say when they lose their presence. Or you may not even get access to your presence yet. Until today. Until now. The reason I'm laughing is I feel so grateful and touched by this, not what I'm saying. And it's just a game that we're playing. I don't know if you see that yet. It's just a game. It's just a dream. In this dream, we're going to give us a lot of tasks, challenges, chapters, stories, people. Remember, I said we are going to give ourselves a lot of challenges, tasks. It all came from us. We all created or whatever's happening in our existence right now, in our so-called reality. God gave us His power to do that, the free will, the creative power, and that's why people referring to is God created human being in the likeness of his being, or her being, or its being. Yeah, so what I was trying to say earlier is that life is going to throw you different things all the time. It is not, life is not, let me clarify myself. Life is not throwing you things. Life is just throwing things. Or throwing things is life. It is as simple as that. Whatever happening right now, challenges, good or bad, as you name it, just is. I hope you can see that. I'm gonna give you an example for you to understand. Remember, I said it was snowing outside and it was raining, and it makes me find it very hard to follow my original plan, to take the video outside, and to also play with the dog. When I put it like that, it kind of subtly suggests that the snowing and the raining is a bad thing, right? But this morning, or even now, or even during that, I've never not enjoyed the snowing and the raining. It's just appearances in this awareness. It's just natural occurrences in the world, in this universe. There's nothing inherently good or bad about it. It's just your subjective preferences. It's just how your mind convinces you that it is bad or something is good, based on your preferences, based on your ego, and based on your mind constructed self. That was what I was trying to tell you. So no matter once you understand this, you're gonna live such a peaceful life. Because first, you're gonna understand the cyclical nature of life is always changing. 4 seasons, the earth always spins. Change is the only constant. Change is the only constant in your experience. I'm not saying in ultimate, in absolute it's not. But in your experience, change is the only constant. And you're gonna accept that. Second, why are you going to be much more peaceful in your life, and what change can it make? Because secondly, you're going to understand whatever happens that are meant to be happens will happen and is happening now. And it's just happenings. It's not good, positive happenings or bad, negative happenings. The taste, the very subtle flavor or shape of goodness or badness in it, when you subjectively experience is your mind constructed unnecessary subjective additives into the most organic, pure food that God creates. Everything is God's expression of Himself at this moment right now. Why would you deny it? Do you even think you have the power to deny it though? And I tell you that you have the power to deny it. I was just saying that to see how you react. You have. God gave you the power. You have the power to deny everything, to resist everything. And that creates sufferings. Those sufferings happen onto you, within you, because you chose sufferings. You chose it. You literally, I'm not even kidding. You chose sufferings yourselves. I chose it. Myself. Yeah, so that's what I was trying to say earlier. And about life is just a game. We're all in a dream right now. Don't you think it's so cool? Imagine if you know everything about the game, you know from the first chapter what you are going to go through, who you are, who you really are, who you end up being in the final chapter, and all your achievements, all the people, all the stories that are going to happen. You know it from the beginning. at the start of a movie, at the start of a dream. Imagine tonight when you're dreaming, before you actually dream, you know every single details of the dream. Don't you think that is going to undermine the beauty and the excitement during the experience of actually dreaming it or playing the game? Don't you want to not know about what's going to happen before you watch a series or a drama? Sometimes we're going to revisit a certain series or chapter that we really enjoy, even though we know exactly what is going to happen, we still enjoy reading it or watching it. And that, my friends, is re-experiencing what you're experiencing right now. And that is possible in this divinity. We're going to touch on it later. And so many of us chose to relive the same experience over and over and over and over and over again for different reasons. Some might be you never learned the lesson. You chose the same experience because you never get it. You never get what this experience or what your state of consciousness is telling you, what your soul is telling you to choose, to decide, to become who you truly are in that experience. That's why your soul grabs and attracts that experience over and over and over and over again to relive the same experience over again. And sometimes it could be a bit more, positively sound, which is the moment is too good. You just want to relive it. It's kind of like, why do we have past lives? And this is not the first time that we're here. It's not. The whole evolution requires thousands and thousands of lives to come to who we are today. So be grateful and bless yourself. Really bless yourself. But the reason why you chose, it's not chose, why you choose, because it's in the present. Why you choose to be here experiencing all of this again, despite you might be thinking, no, my God, I don't want to experience this right now. This is a shit life. You might have this thoughts currently, but I can tell you this: at one point, you think this is the coolest experience. It is the most brilliant idea, most brilliant advanced game that you can ever play within all there is, which is this game that you're playing right now. Is amazing, and it indeed amazing. I can tell you that. You just have to see it. You just have to remember it. How? The first step as to how to remember it and how to see its beauty and be absolutely in tune with it and then actually enjoy the game is to lose everything that binds you from not being that. And what binds you? Yourself. What binds you is yourself. You have to truly take a leap of faith. It's not even like that you're trusting like a doctrine or something. It can be experienced now, directly experienced. And I'm going to touch this because it's a very huge topic. I'm going to touch this in another video. To summarize it requires you to take a leap of faith, but at the same time, you don't have to take a leap of faith because there's no otherwise. There's no otherwise. What does that mean? Again, can you exist outside of this moment in your own capabilities now with what you have now? Can you do that? Or do you exist outside of where you are now, or what you are now? This is the proof. Anything else, every scientific hypothesis, experiments, theory, imagination, knowledge, everything, or what I'm telling you right now, everything can be judged, doubted, can be questioned, everything except what you're experiencing right now. Don't you see it? That's the only thing that you can explore without any doubt. Undoubtedly, with absolute faith. That's where the faith comes from. When people say it takes faith to believe in God, this is not accurate. When you truly see it for yourself right here, because God is only here now. When you see it, He's not in any form, or she is not in any form. Don't look for like a human or a human figure. It's not it. It pervades, it illumines your consciousness in everything that you see, sense, perceive, and feel, or even think about. The mental spaces, not only the physical spaces. How about spiritual spaces? So when you actually see it now in your own experience, no one else except you and God share this experience now. It's your own. No matter how hard, how many words, how many images you share with me right now, I can't relive that experience. It belongs to you. Only you can experience it. And your truth will have to be seek from it. Seek your truth from your presence. That's the only truth and only wisdom that you can ever have absolute faith in. And when you do that, you're going to see how magnificent and how breathtaking it is. Love you. Bye.